welcome to the National All-Star Cheerleading Championship. I'm Marissa Levasseur alongside Bill Seeley, and today we're coming to you from the Walt Disney World Resort, where we will be seeing some of the best All-Star talent from around the country.
Yeah.
And Bill, one team to look out for is the Stingray All-Stars out of Marietta, Georgia.
Yeah, Stingrays are incredible year in and year out. They do a great job. And interesting to note, their coach this year was selected to coach the Team USA group that'll be representing the United States at this year's ICU World Championships in April.
Wow, well, another team competing in the large senior division is the World Cup Shooting Stars, who seem to be very exciting this year.
Yeah, they are the buzz of the warm-up tent.
I'm Marissa Levasseur, joined by American Cheer Power President Regina Simmons, and we're here at the Tournament of Champions. And tell me, what makes this such a special event on the competition calendar?
This is just an awesome competition. You know, everyone has a nationals, but this is a step beyond national.
And in addition to the trophies and banners teams will be receiving, they'll also be getting something a little special this year.
You bet. We're going to give leather jackets to every one of our champions, and our grand champions, sterling silver championship rings. Pretty cool day.
Yes. Well, let's get things rolling, and here to call the action are Bo Estes and Katie Powell. Hey race fans, I'm Marissa Levasseur, and welcome to NASCAR 24/7, your around-the-clock access to all things NASCAR. Nationwide heads south of the border on this Track Fact edition of 24/7. Completed in 1962, the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez track was originally built for the F1 circuit. It's a 2.5-mile road course that features 8 turns. World Cup Odyssey only has 8 returners to their team this year, 22 of which are completely new to the World Cup program. Now, the coach tells me that they're really getting everyone back to the basics and the foundation of what it means to be a family. Hey everyone, I'm Marissa Levasseur with NBA on TBS. Then Allen Iverson with the fadeaway jumper to end the first half with Denver up by 1. Here's J.R. Smith in the fourth, who drives around 3 Warrior defenders and finishes with a big baseline dunk. Kickoff is just 18 months away for the Georgia State football team. Yesterday, they signed their first player, Mark Hogan Jr. out of North Carolina. He says he's really looking forward to playing here at the Georgia Dome next fall. The woman I spoke with believes that it's in a dog's nature to fight. 100 years ago, they weren't even domesticated. The Georgia Tech football team is back and practicing for the first time this summer. They're hoping to capitalize on the success of last year and maybe see another championship. The Braves are hoping to carry their momentum into tonight's matchup against the Dodgers, and fans are really rallying behind the return of Andrew Jones. The Atlanta Braves made a 7-player trade today. I'll tell you what the general manager had to say, plus all your sports highlights after the break. Marissa Levasseur with Katie Powell. And Katie, in addition to your role on the broadcast, I know that you're one of Cheer Power's best legality judges. So tell me, how do you view and score a routine? The World Championships that will be here in Orlando, so a lot at stake for these teams.
That's right.
Well, let's get to the action. Championship banners and trophies are the rewards for the many hours of practice. But the festive atmosphere and enthusiasm of the spirited cheerleaders define an event that takes cheer competition to a step beyond nationals. We're at the Sun Dome on the campus of the University of South Florida in Tampa, Florida, for the American Cheer Power Tournament of Champions.
Dr. Aston allegedly prescribed these drugs like candy without regard for appropriate medical practice or the recipient's health.
U.S. Attorney David Nomias did not hesitate to convey the seriousness of the charges against Carrollton County Dr. Phil Aston. Court documents explain that the investigation of Dr. Aston began shortly after the deaths of pro wrestler Chris Benoit, his wife, and son. Prosecutors say they found evidence that Dr. Aston had written prescriptions for Benoit.
It was alleged in the complaint that Dr. Aston prescribed a very large amount of anabolic steroids in a relatively short amount of time.
This document from the DEA investigator states that a 10-month supply of anabolic steroids was given to Mr. Benoit every 3 to 4 weeks. Dr. Aston is being charged with 7 counts of improperly writing prescriptions of controlled substances, those including Percocet, Xanax, and Adderall. According to the indictment, he prescribed hundreds of pills on 7 different occasions to 2 Carrollton patients.
When you date it and sign it, you have to actually issue it that day. And he is alleged to have given multiple prescriptions, some of them undated, to the same patient on the same day.
In the morning heat, the Yellow Jackets started their first day of preseason at the Rose Bowl field on Georgia Tech campus. Head coach Chan Gailey is hoping to get another great season out of his squad. They finished last year 7-1 in conference and 9-4 overall, with an appearance in both the ACC Championship and the Toyota Gator Bowl. They're hoping to capitalize on their success with two key ingredients: quarterback Taylor Bennett and running back Tashard Choice. Redshirt junior quarterback Taylor Bennett had a great performance in last year's Gator Bowl, where he threw 3 touchdowns and completed 19 of 26 passes for 326 yards. Seasoned running back Tashard Choice will be a go-to player for Bennett and Georgia Tech. Last year, he led the ACC in rushing with 1,473 yards and was named second-team All-ACC. Tech kicks off their season September 1st at the Holy Grail of college football to take on the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Here's what Choice and Bennett had to say about Notre Dame in the upcoming season.
You know, last year they came here and it was an excellent crowd here at Georgia Tech, so we got to get ready to go on the road and try to get a victory the first game of the season.
You know, we made the ACC championship, you know, what we were doing last season, so I don't expect to see a whole lot of changes. Some things here and there.